I think our last message sent was at 5 a.m.
Actually abandoned that, but it was a good try.
This is my first time in South America, so I didn't know at all what to expect.
The vibes are on point.
I love seeing my friends here. I love meeting new sponsors, new people.
Everyone is like focused on like building something new.
So much good energy, even though they're running on 0 sleep.
The diversity of hacks is way higher than others, and this is massive.
A lot of very interesting exploratory projects.
When Kartik was estimating the amount of projects, immediately got double the estimate. It's fantastic to see.
I can't wait to see all the finalists.
Good afternoon, everybody. Buenos Aires. You are at an ETHGlobal event. Our goal is to onboard thousands of developers into the Web3 ecosystem, and this is our last event of 2025, an exciting moment to be part of. We're back in Buenos Aires after 7 years of doing our very first event as ETHGlobal. 1,750 people showed up. We got 50 more the last 36 hours. 1,200 of them were hackers, 22% of them were brand new to Web3. They came in from 334 different cities, 84 unique countries, and spanned 6 continents. We got to meet so many people from all across the world. Yeah, raise your hand if you're one of these. That should be all of you. And of course, an incredible, amazing set of people from South America. Make some noise. Not only that, we had 350 partners, 33 technical mentors, 40 workshops, and because this is not a conference, there were 0 talks. You guys gotta stop heckling me. The other cool thing is that we wanna make sure crypto is part of what we do and make that as a cool experience for the event. So all of you had these wristbands. These things are actual Ethereum wallets that can sign privately. And we kind of got a lot of cool information and stats out of it. A lot of meals consumed, almost 5,000 meals were eaten this entire weekend. People met, almost 950 people met each other, and 722 workshops were attended. This was just absolutely incredible to see such a great activity, and a lot of you were tapping each other and trying to be on the scoreboard, and that was just awesome to see. Not only that, we have $500,000 in prizes we're gonna be giving away very soon, and you get to find out all of the prizes for today. And it's thanks to these 46 different companies. And if you were here on Friday, you know what's about to happen. So we're going to play the game again, and I'm gonna see if I can keep up with just 3 hours of sleep. So here's the game. I'm going to name all 46 of these companies in a single breath. And my rhythm will be tied to how fast and how loud you clap. The slower you clap, the slower I'll say, and I get to breathe. The faster and louder you go, the faster and louder I'll go with 46 different company names. So are we ready? All right, on 3. We gotta start clapping. Give me some momentum, and we'll start. On 3, 3, 2, 1. Thanks to 1inch, Chainlink, Coinbase Developer Platform, EVVM, Filecoin, Layer 0, Protocol Labs, Bit, Uniswap Foundation, World, O0Z0, Declaration Digital, Avail, Celos, Chili, Circle, Citria, CurveGrid, ENS, Ethereum Foundation, Flare, Fluence, Hardhat, Hedera, Hyperlane, Ledger, Nethermind, Oasis, Octave, Polygon, Rootstock, Saga, Self, Symbiotic, The Graph Feeler, Yellow, Zircuit, Aztec, Babylon, Circles, Espresso, Privy, Ronin, SQD, and XMTP. All of them are giving away $500,000. You're gonna find out all the winners, and I'm not gonna do this again. And the best part, we're an hour and a half away from telling you what 2026 looks like. We're not taking bids, it's locked in, dude. But a lot of cool surprises, and you'll get to know the full calendar year very soon. Now, before we start everything, I have a massive favor for all of you. As a hacker, scan this QR code, and fill out the feedback form that takes about 60 seconds to fill out. You just have to rate things out of 10. I want to know how this experience was. Did you like the mentorship? Did you like the food? Did you like the workshops? Was the swag good? Could we have done something better? Anything else you want to tell us? Because we get thousands of people in every month, anything we hear from this, we get to implement for the next hackathon. And we're doing this thing every few weeks, so anything that we can fix, we get to do that immediately and make the lives and the experience for the next 1,000 people much better. And anything that we should continue doing, we also get to hear that and make sure that we had to spend extra time maintaining that standard. I read all of these personally, so anything you say, good or bad, I will read it and I'll take action on all the feedback that you give us. Shouldn't take you more than 60 seconds, just rate things out of 10. If the link is broken, you can also, on your dashboard, just see a single immediate button that just says feedback, so it'll also be on your dashboard. We apologize if the AV pixel is not working properly for the QR. Now, let's get back to why we are here today and how come 1,000 of you are in front of me basically waiting to find out what came out of this. This is a hackathon. We focused on building for the last 36 hours, and today and right now is about showing instead of telling, which means we're going to actually do live demos and tell you all the cool things that people built. And they had 1,200 hackers. We kind of looked up a few stats on where people were coming from. Buenos Aires is the biggest representation from the city. This should be no surprise. And then we have people from New York and Mexico City as the most attended representation. We have 3 hackers, and this is Gabriel's 37th hackathon with ETHGlobal, Fabian's 32nd, and Julio's 32nd as well. There was a time where we were doing 20 events during COVID. All of them are async a year, and some of these people have been with us for many years, so it's awesome to see how they've also grown. And we looked at all of your codes, and we looked at what the most common packages were, and Ethers.js, Hardhat, and Web3.js were the most used libraries. So a lot of web apps, and a lot of love for Hardhat and Ethers, which is awesome, especially in Argentina. And these 1,200 hackers submitted 475 projects. This blew our mind. Congratulations. This is why we're starting an hour late. There's a lot of incredible things that came out of it. DeFi was the biggest category of all the submissions. People made so many payment-specific applications, and AI was the 3rd most common category. And of course, people mixed and matched all these things. The most used API and SDK was from Coinbase. It should be no surprise that X402 is very popular here. And Protocol Labs was the second most used protocol, and then Hardhat was the 3rd most leveraged integration. And the cool thing is when we looked at where everybody was submitting their actual transactions from, Ethereum mainnet was the most common one. I mean, look at how far we've come. People are just deploying on mainnet for a hackathon. And then Base and Flow came in 2nd and 3rd. So it's awesome to see a lot of love for being fully on chain. And I want to say congratulations to everybody, 475 projects. And a massive shout out to all of our judges who took the entire morning talking to all of these projects, giving feedback, and sharing their perspectives and encouraging them to keep building. Now, these 475 projects went through a judging process, and so many things were happening parallel. And from this, we landed on 10 finalist teams. Those are some insane odds. So, for the first time, as part of ETHGlobal Buenos Aires, last event of 2025, please join me in congratulating our 10 finalists for this event: Paybot, Jetlag, BMCP, Hubble Trading Arena, Payload Exchange, Yoga, Lensman Camera, Halo, ZKX402, and Aqua Zero. These are our 10 projects. They're going to come here one by one and demo what they built live. And after that, we're going to tell you all the prizes all of you have won. And before we get to our finalists, we're going to talk about a couple more things. These are all the projects that came out of this hackathon. 475 projects. So many of you worked so hard to build these things, publish them, tell everybody else about it. And there were so many that we had to go to page 2 because we couldn't fit everything in a single place. And to me, it's amazing to see that you are choosing to be here over a weekend and building something that excites you and sharing that with your peers who are equally excited to do the same thing. And just because you were not one of the 10 teams does not mean something was wrong, you were not good enough. Our judges highlighted the 10 most interesting ideas that they thought represent how this ecosystem is moving forward. And we hope that you are not discouraged just because you were not a finalist, because we really want you to continue building this thing after today. And if there's anything we can do to help you get there, we would love to. So you can ping us, whether you need an introduction to one of our judges again, or another sponsor, or any other person in this ecosystem that we know for feedback or for any questions or advice. We're happy to help manage that introduction, facilitate that for you. And everything that came out of this thing is actually open source, which means that if you're trying to learn how something is done and you saw something super cool, you can click on it. You can learn how they did that cool trick, or how they optimized that contract, or how they structured everything. It is meant to be educational for everybody, and you can find the source code of every project that came out of it, all 475, on ETHGlobal's website. Now, enough talking from me. We're going to get the show started. So for our very first finalist demo, please welcome Paybot. We'll also get the camera set up so we can zoom in.
Hello, Buenos Aires, everybody. What's going on? I'm really happy to be here. This is the QUSD Paybot. I'm putting on the stable coin for the machine economy. I believe that we're going to be robots and people are going to be, combating, just like how we have on the internet right now. We're going to be more bots and robots and agents are going to be the largest portion of the volume of what's going to be on chain. Today we're going to be looking at how I implemented gasless micropayments for physical hardware. We have users will pay in QUSD tokens. A facilitator will cover the gas. This is a complete X402 payment protocol implementation. This is my unmanned ground vehicle, and we're going to be controlling it via web interface. It's going to be the QUSD token with an escrow and a payment verifier. It's going to have a X402 facilitator and resource. It's going to be React, WAGME, Storybook. The infrastructure is going to be orchestrated by Docker Compose, and it's going to be TypeScript and Solidity. Step one, user signs a permit, and we're going to have a payment intent. You're going to sign it with MetaMask so the user doesn't have to pay gas. The front end will send the X payment header to the resource server. Resource server verifies the signature via the facilitator. Facilitator will pay the gas. Let's see, and the user will be granted the time-limited robot access. So we're going to be able to, essentially pay to drive it. We're going to be using Hard Hat 3, Solidity. We're going to be implementing Turbo Repo with Mono Repo. We're going to be using Storybook to basically make all the components of the front end. We go here. Let's just restart it for that magic here. So you can see that in the very beginning, we have the QUSD token is going to be deploying the escrow, and minting 10,000 QUSD to the test account. We can see that it's deployed, making sure that the actual web server is healthy, the resource server, and the facilitator. Let's see if it'll work. All right, so we have a web interface. We say the robot access is going to be required. We're going to pay 100 QUSD. It's expensive, I know, I'm sorry. And we're going to go for 1 hour so you can see that the we're going to increase our spending request, and then we're going to request the signature from here. And then you're going to see everybody on stage here. Everybody say cheese. 3, 2, 1, cheese. Bam, I'll take a couple of them. Yeah, but let's see if we can do, so I got like a little stage here. But you can actually, if you were to be at home, you could actually drive it. We can make sure it doesn't fly off the table there. We can also do some object detection. So when we come out to here, let's see if we'll actually start seeing people. Oh, there I am. So this is the, my name is Eric Manganer, technical co-founder of QUSD, and thank you for listening.
Amazing. All right, next up, we're going to bring on our second finalist, and that's Team Hubble Trade Arena. Please give them a big round of applause.
Hello, everyone. My name is Leon. I'm from Hong Kong, China. After 30 hours flight, 5 days big conference, and 2 days hackathon, finally, I'm here as a finalist. Thank you so much. ETHGlobal gave me such a great opportunity, and it's my honor to work with all of you, greatest builders in the world. So Hubble, we are building a coordination layer for agentic finance, powered by ERC 8004 and X402. So the two mega trends in the next 5 to 10 years, one, financial markets are moving on chain. We're gonna see Wall Street on chain. We're gonna see like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley on chain, BlackRock on chain. Every single traditional financial institution is gonna move their trading and assets on blockchain. The second one, given we have so many activities and the data on blockchain, human cannot trade. Human cannot digest all of this information in real time, but agent can, AI can. So AI will trade on behalf of human being. So we have two biggest challenges in this upcoming era. One, how to collect all of this on-chain data in real time and put it in a institution-grade data, so that everyone can trade on that, do research on that, and even monitor the payment and do money laundering, anti-money laundering. So many traditional finance things, if you do it on-chain, you need data. The second one, if we use agent to do all of this financial work, how this agent can collaborate, discover each other, and make the payment. That's why we built Hubble. We have 3 layers. The first layer is the data layer. We basically index all of transactions on blockchain, on all of these like popular EVMs, and even like other like Solanas. So we have the transfer data, transaction data on different protocol. The second layer is a AI agent marketplace based on ERC 8004 and X402. So basically, every users can easily create an agent, no matter it's a data agent, it's a research agent, or trading agent, or even portfolio management agent on top of our data, and combine your prompt, your expertise with the LLM model and the data. So you have a agent, but all of this agent is not working alone. They collaborate together as a logo. We call it agentic logo. So they can discover each other through the ERC 8004 and make the payment. That's why we built the third one, the coordination framework layer. That's what we built for this hackathon. It's in charge of the discovery, collaboration, and macro payment. Okay, let me directly show you the demo. So here it's dashboards for the trading framework. On the left, you have the real-time P&L. In the middle, you have the reasoning of all of this collaboration of the agent. Every 5 minutes, it updated and make the automatically and autonomously make the decision to trade on Aster. So we start with Aster, and later we will expand into Lemonade, Embase, or Poly Market on Polygon. And even in every single like blockchain or different protocol, meme coin or like Binance, we can expand the connection with so many trading venues. So here you can see we have trader agent, portfolio agent, risk agent, and research agent. And for the research agent, I must use it as a showcase about how we collaborate these agents through blockchain. So here is the flow. So initially, the trading agent discovered this research agent through ERC 8004. They have the like parameters, they have the reputations, and then because based on the A2A framework, it directly call the service from the researcher to have a like prediction or recommendation on the BTC trading. And then the research agent require a payment through X402. It's made on base. After the payment, the trading agent will receive the recommendation from the research analyst, the research agent, and then they move on to the next stage to positioning and make the trade. And you can tell the payment is on base. It's fully on chain, and also we will in the future we're gonna develop a mechanism for keep the track record on the reputation layer on Ethereum based on the ERC 8004, and we're gonna work closely with the AI team of ETH Foundation on how to build a reputation framework for on-chain finance domain. All right, let's continue with the slide. So our team, we are backed by ETHGlobal, and we have more than 30 people in our team. And most of our team members, they either work in a big hedge fund in Wall Street or like big tech teams in internet. So we are raising. We hope to raise $5 million in order to achieve like 10 million ARR. Let's together build agentic on-chain finance. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was our second finalist demo. Let's get ready for number 3. Please give a big round of applause to Halo.
All right. Hey everyone, my name is Jin Woo, and with my teammate Hako, we flew in from South Korea to build Halo. So Halo is built on the WorldChain mini app that rewards real humans for scanning their everyday receipts with using World ID. We also use Fluent CPU for OCR processing and securely store images by using the Filecoin Snaps SDK. Halo is very simple to use, private, and built for global use. We have 35 languages supported, and we just went live on the WorldChain mini app store, which we submitted today morning, and it will be released to 120 countries. So every day, billions of receipts are created, and each receipt are real proof of human activity. However, there's no clean way to connect that offline spending with the on-chain identity or rewards, and Halo wants to solve this gap. So first, you log in to the Halo mini app with wallet auth, and it'll read my wallet address and wallet username. The screen on the right is a live demo from my teammate right there. He'll open up the camera and scan a receipt. Also, just for comparison, he can take some random photo. Now, Halo will store the image using the Synapse SDK, and everything's on mainnet, and we have the payment rails set up. And while it's processing, if he presses a previous one scan, you can see that there's the extracted details, such as merchant, total amount, when the receipt was issued, and assigned points. So our AI model and the OCR processing will evaluate how good the image is in terms of quality. And points are awarded accordingly to reward proper inputs. To claim the accumulated points, you'll need to verify that you're a unique human by using the World ID Verify on the top of the page. It's in Korean, but it's World ID verification. So in the future, we can have our unique human verified users to do crowd rating, stake their tokens, rate other images, and be slashed or rewarded. Later, we can even nudge users. For example, if Seoul, Korea is spending a lot of, scanning a lot of receipts based on Pepsi, we can go to Coca-Cola, for example, and say, hey, why not nudge our users and reward them to spend this instead and scan the receipts? So Halo was built for production, not just a demo, and we will easily reach users thanks to the huge number of users that are already active on the World Mini app. So real receipts, real humans, and real rewards. This was Halo. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Next up, we're going to get ready for jet lag. Please give them a big round of applause.
Hello, ETHGlobal. All right. So let's take a look at some headlines. This is from today. No, actually, it's from yesterday. So what happened here is like thousands of passengers were grounded in Europe.
It's a loose cable, I can see it. Anyone find it funny that it's the project named Jetlag that's having a lag? There we go.
All right.
Jet lagged.
Yes. Amazing. All right. Sorry for the technical issues. All right. So, well, thousands of passengers were grounded in Europe, and this was because like over 65 flights were canceled and like 1,800 were delayed. And like as the article argues, it was due to weather conditions, which is something very predictable. And I can imagine this can be very stressful and makes you anxious. So here's what we did. You can turn your travel anxiety into profit. You can literally bet on flight delays and cancellations. Basically, we've created a prediction market where you actually can see data, real-time data, that what's going to happen to your flight. So, for example, here I can, for example, like buy shares here, and let me input, for example, 10. It's even going to tell me how much money I'd be making if the market is going to be resolved in my favor. And of course, if that's not the case, I'm going to lose the money, but this is kind of like buying insurance, except it's better, and you don't have to like talk to any evil Web2 like insurance company. So let's just buy some shares here. Yeah, confirm it in MetaMask. And by doing so, I am actually also increasing the odds in favor of yes a little bit more. This is a permissionless system, which means if your flight is not listed here, you can simply just create a new market for yourself. So for example, this was the original flight that I took from Madrid to EZE to come here for this hackathon. And I believe it was somewhere, okay. If I choose the wrong one, then I wouldn't be able to resolve it, because under the hood, what's happening is that we are using a backend inside a trusted execution environment, and it is calling some flight historical data to actually fetch the actual delay to kind of resolve the market. And as you can see, I have now created a new market, and there are no shares yet, but you can trade them, of course. And yeah, for example, like all of these flights are in the past, which means I can resolve them, and hopefully it will work. Yeah, this is also going to take a little time. It's calling the backend. Oh, sorry, it didn't work. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe we can real quick take a look. Oh, I see. The backend is closed. All right. Maybe I don't have internet. Let's try again. Yay, it actually worked now. So it's going to reflect it here. Yes, okay, amazing. This is also available as a mini app on Farcaster, which means like the next time that you're traveling in transit or in lounges, you can actually trade these chairs as well. Yeah, so basically that's the demo, and we're pretty serious about this. So if you have any help for us, please reach out. You can find me at ZKFriendly on any social media. Thanks.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. 3 down, 7 more to go. Let's welcome BMCP.
Hello, hello. We are Bitcoin multi-chain protocol. It has nothing to do with MCP agents. That was just a little red herring to throw everyone off. It has been a hard year for Bitcoiners. Not only has the price gone down and a lot of these predictions have kind of failed, now we have made it possible to do EVM transactions with a Bitcoin-only wallet. So you can't even claim that you have a Bitcoin-only wallet anymore. And the reason we can do this is because, as many OGs might know, Ethereum originally wanted to be on Bitcoin, but it couldn't, because back then, core developers were quite against changing the protocol or doing anything new. Not really like today, right? But now that is changing, because a new version of Bitcoin has come out that increases the op return size, where you can embed arbitrary data in a Bitcoin transaction, by almost 1,000 times. And we can put call data in it. So we have made BMCP to do just that. You can input smart contracts data, function signatures, arguments, execute a transaction on Bitcoin from a Bitcoin wallet, and it will get picked up by a Chainlink runtime environment and executed on a destination EVM chain. So now we're going to do a demo.
So in this, what we're going to do is like you have to select one of the EVM chains. You select the, like we are going with the Sepolia, you select the receiver address. This would be like the contact address onto that has been deployed. All you have to do is like set up the function arguments related to that. So in this, we are just having like the transfer function. Then we are going to copy the receiver into one of the function arguments, and then go with the, yeah, so here it is. Yeah, that's the transfer. Yeah, just, and we'll have like fee rate override, and we'll just connect with the wallet. So as soon as I connect with my wallet, it connects to my Bitcoin Xverse wallet, and we are using here the Xverse PSBT, like partially signed Bitcoin transactions, onto, yeah. Once we have that, you can see this transaction is actually happening on Bitcoin testnet v4. You do the transaction here, and once it gets confirmed, what will happen is like you can actually preview this transaction into the mempool space. So this is actually the Bitcoin mempool that was going to, at one point of time, have the all EVM bytecodes as well, but now it is here. So being from the Bitcoin community, it's kind of exciting to see how this collaboration is first time happening. Now, what we do is like we have broadcasted this transaction onto the Bitcoin. Now, all we have to do is like run the cross-chain CRE. So here the Chainlink runtime environments, what they do is like we build our own encoder-decoder scheme. Now they will fetch the mempool block from the Bitcoin and try to decode the whole block, whether it's op, return, then it will go for our protocol code like BCMP, and then you can see here like we are going to do the on-chain transaction onto EVM. So yeah, so you can see here one of the EVM transactions onto the Etherscan. Also, yeah, yeah, you can, yeah, so the CRE has to, yeah, so now the CRE actually looks for the runtime environment, and yeah, so it basically fetches the whole mempool data, do the workflow engine, and can you, yeah, so it tries to process the transaction data.
Wait, we got an error? Yeah, we got an error.
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's like the replaced by fee error. So in Bitcoin, there's one thing that happens is like, if you're using the same UTXO sets, it kind of, engages into the replaced by fee error. But what it would do is like, can you just do one more transaction by replaced by fee?
No, we can just say that they put us up later.
Yeah, do we have an example transaction?
Yeah, there is, yeah, just do one more fee override. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Now you can see here, we got the transaction. We'll run the workflow. It calls the transaction onto the mainnet. So if you just open one of the transactions that we were playing with before that, like how it decodes it, it calls the Polygon transaction. And you can see here we tried to integrate, but yeah, I think it should work. It's just that we have to.
No, we have.
Scan the first off the stack, yeah.
So maybe we can go up again later.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you. Live demos don't always go as we planned, so we'll see. We still got the gist of everything that was supposed to happen, but please give them a big round of applause. It was not easy to do something live and hope that everything works. Next up, let's give a massive round of applause to Payload.exchange.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marcelo. I'm from Brazil, and I'm here with Luis from Portugal, Mark from the United States, and Seoul from South Korea. And together we built Payload Exchange. And we just wanted to highlight that this project was built on top of MCPay, which was also a ETHGlobal project. And it has grown from a simple hackathon project to the most complete SDK to monetizing MCPs, and it has processed over 100,000 transactions in the last month. And Payload Exchange, thank you. And Payload Exchange is built on top of that as a plugin. Basically, the idea of plugins is to extend the capabilities of MCPs. And for this example, the idea is that it can accept any data as X402 payments. And by data, we mean, for example, inputs like emails, or even actions like follows or stars. While thinking about what we wanted to build, we came across this problem that is, crypto only works with money. That sounds really simple, but what we mean by that is the regular person sometimes has difficulties using crypto. And an easy solution for that is to accept anything as payments. What if you can pay, for example, with your data or with your action, and with that, you don't have to onboard someone to Web3? So how would that work? Payload Exchange is a single MCP that indexes all X402 resources on Coinbase Bazaar and rates them by quality score. We then built an UI that is rendered inside ChatGPT using the OpenAI Apps SDK. This UI features all the Coinbase wallet and auth features directly inside of ChatGPT, which is super useful if you're not a Web3 native. For this to work, someone still has to pay for the transaction, and this is where the sponsor comes in. A sponsor in this case is who funds the X402 transactions. Now, why would you want to do that? For example, to collect data or to collect specific actions of users. So we also built this dashboard, which Mark will show you, where the sponsor can set parameters and more specifically, what exactly he wants to collect with this campaign. How it works, we have the sponsor, and like I said, he sponsors these X402 resources, and then we have the user that on this example uses ChatGPT to interact with these resources, and when the request comes back, he gets hit with this paywall where he can proceed with the regular way of paying it using stablecoins on Web3, or he can choose the free options. So let's see the demo.
Sweet. Hey guys, what's up? It's Mark. So we're going to jump into ChatGPT, and we have our app here that we're building. So let's just see resources. And this is going to show us some of the things that we can do and look at the available tools. And from here, we can basically look at different resources, see them in different, based on what they can do. Or we can, for example, see like a payment card and actually start doing some actions on chain. So here we have an embedded wallet that's connected on Base. And what we see is basically the way that a user can either choose to pay for an X402 action. So here we're using X420, and we're going to puff, whatever that means. So we're actually going to answer a survey instead of having to pay the 1 USDC. How are we feeling? We're going to say we're feeling based. And then we can sign the transaction, and that's where our network and like basically the sponsor is going to cover the payment for us. Once the X402 response comes, they're going to send a payment to the user, and then we can use that payment to pay for the actual action. And we can see the transaction now on base scan. And essentially, what we see here is that we made the payment, and we basically received the 1 USDC first, made the payment, and then received some of the token, which was what the action did that we used. And let's just jump into the website and check out how it works for a sponsor. So this is like the sponsor dashboard where we can see the different actions that we've started in campaigns. We can like track the statuses, and then let's just show an example of creating a campaign. So there's going to be some like basic actions that we've set up so far, like emails, GitHub stars, surveys, and then you can choose either full coverage, or you can just do like a discount for certain users, like a 10% discount on services, as well as limiting if it's going to be one time per user, or if you want to make it more expanded than that.
Yeah, so it's always good when you can build a product that is a win-win-win situation, like in this case. And there are a lot of possible use cases once we start seeing useful X402 resources. You can think, for example, New York Times, you access, there's a paywall. Maybe you don't want to pay the subscription, you just want to read the specific article. And even better, if you don't have to pay a microtransaction for that, for usage, and you can, for example, pay with actions. Skipping video ads, in-game purchases, for example. And yeah, this is just an example of a plugin to extend the capabilities of MCPs, but we have a bunch more of ideas. So if you want to chat about MCPs or X402, we'll be around. Thank you.
Amazing. Another live, awesome application taking advantage of X402. 4 more demos to go. For our next one, let's welcome Yoga.
Hi, I'm Luigi. I'm from the US. My teammates are Charlie, he's from Amsterdam, Varun, he's from India, and Duncan, he's from Malta. But unfortunately, my teammates are currently at the airport, so just be me. So we are Yoga. We made a flexible and guest-efficient position manager for Uniswap v4 and a hook. We also made a Octave widget using the Octave API. Currently on Octave Pro, there's not a lot of details with Uniswap v4 data. So we made these widgets where you can see the NFT position, the pool ID, and the tick ranges and its current price, and also seeing if your position is currently in range or if it's out of range. I'll find another wallet that has multiple positions. And this one, we see that it's out of range, so it gives the user a warning to say maybe they should readjust their liquidity position. So here's the second part of our main app. Unfortunately, this part I couldn't get it to work, but it was working previously. So I'll use the slides. So we can adjust, currently in Uniswap v4, if we want to have a different curve, like for example, if we want to take out liquidity from the middle, just the middle, and still have liquidity on both sides, we would have to take out the entire liquidity and then put two positions up. However, we can do that all in one NFT, and also it's done in a gas-efficient way. So here we can also adjust the tick boundaries without having to remove the position and then do another transaction to put the liquidity back in. It can adjust on the go. Here's a slider that we can adjust if we want to take half the liquidity out, or we can do that using this slider. Here we are taking out just the middle part of the liquidity. And after that transaction was done, we see that we have this two bits, which is currently cannot be done in Uniswap v4, but this is all done using just one NFT position. And that's it. We are Yoga. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. It's a rough situation when 3 of your 4 teammates are on a plane. You got to do all parts of the demo on the same computer. But we still got to see how they're managing liquidity super well and actually improving the whole LP experience. 3 more finalist demos to go. So let's welcome our next team, ZKX402. Please give them a big round of applause.
Check, check. All right, hi guys. So we are team ZKX402. What if whistleblower could actually, submit and verify their contents, but the journalists, they have no way of actually verifying the contents of it, but also the agent cannot actually have API native access. So this is what ZKX402 enable. That's what we're building. So there's actually many use cases that ZKX402 can enable, but we're just focusing on traditional whistleblowing because at the moment, there's a lot of risk for the whistleblowers, and because there's no upside, there's no compensation for them, but also document can be forged, cannot be verified, and it's quite risky. So these are the 3 use cases. We are imagining the commercialization of private data, and the journalist can verify document using ZK, and AI agent can access this document very quickly. So this is how it would work. We actually have ZK proof to prove both sides, to prove the authenticity of the documents, but also for the journalist to verify the identity so that they can get variable pricing. So we just modify the X402 protocol. Everything that's in white is the original protocol, how it flows, and everything that's in green and yellow is our modification. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the demo. So here we have our app and secure data exchange between the whistleblower and then first. So the whistleblower, we have a very secret confidential file here that we want to share. And the file is actually stored on a Notion private database, private page. And then, so we're going to use vLayer web prover to actually prove the authenticity, basically matching that the file that was uploaded is the same as the file that is actually on the private Notion page. Since it's a private Notion page, it's not publicly accessible by default. And so this is why it is redacting the sensitive header, and then eventually it would return a proof to us. And yeah, as you can see, so we save the proof. The proof is there, as you can see it. Now we're actually going to publish the listing in the marketplace. We set the price as 1 cent, and then we'll confirm publish it. Now let's take a look at on the other side for the consumer or the journalist. So if you look at this is a marketplace, right? We have everything from FTX, recovery list, private key wallets address, and also Jeffrey Epstein private files as well. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at here. So here's our journalist. We want to verify our identity to get 50% off of the price of 1 cent. So we're going to sign in with email for this one. Give us 1 second. Yep. So I'm going to use my personal email to sign in. Get an OTP here. And then we're going to get a verified OTP. Yep, this is the OTP code. So we will authenticate ourselves to be able to log into this. And afterward, we'll be using self to verify our identity. So I'm gonna scan this on the screen. I don't think you can see it on my phone, but basically, I'm gonna read it out loud. I'm verifying my identity using CDP agent verification using self protocol. And then it is passing the passport, my personal data, preparing for verification. And right now I'm holding to verify. As you could see that the proof is actually being done on Cello. And then afterward, the proof will be breached using hyperlink. So proof has been verified. So the hyperlink will actually transfer or breach the proof to base. And then we're just waiting for it in any seconds now. And then you can actually see it is ready. Waiting for base. 1, 2, 3. Okay, oh, there we go. Yeah, so click on here. Yeah, so you can see that it's verified. The proof has been breached successfully, faster than expected. Go back. And now we're gonna go to the final step where we'll use the purchase. So now you can see that the journalist is eligible for access. Now we're going to, oops, maybe just sign out, use X. Yeah, so now we're gonna, due to some faucet issue, we're gonna use the one with the with actually existing token already, but it's basically the same step. We get the discount, we sign in with X, and now we're gonna access the content. So this is the highly classified content. That's, as you can see, we have our spy cat holding the file of Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, this is you can see this is how we modify the ZK protocol to make it work. Everything in green is what we're actually modifying versus everything that's actually in white is the default. So in the end, I just want to say that ZK X402 is agent-ready infrastructure that for buying verified leaks with dynamic pricing based on on-chain credential. So we demonstrate that our protocol flow works, and any agent can plug this in and work today. So thank you.
Amazing. Such a cool way to actually make this integration even better. Privacy is very hot right now. 2 more finalist demos to go, so let's welcome. Come on up. There we go. We're going to fix the computer first. Okay, there we go. We are good to go. All right, please give them a big round of applause. We can figure out the technical difficulty.
Hello, Argentina. How are we doing? It's really good to be here. We're really excited to share something really interesting with you today, so let's start it off.
Yes, let's go. So, 1 inch has just, hold on, sorry, slides. Oh, it's not working. Yeah, I'll just use the mouse. Yeah, all right. So, 1 inch has just solved a huge liquidity problem. In the past, capital on liquidity pools, most of it was idle, around 90%. which essentially means it was useless and did nothing. So 1inch, with their new protocol, Aqua, allows makers to provide liquidity to AMMs without having to split their capital and without having to lock it, essentially increasing capital efficiency and making the liquidity providers much more money. However, there's two big problems with Aqua, as you can see. There is no cross-chain functionality, so a liquidity provider which has funds on one chain cannot find liquidity provisioning opportunities on different chains. And as you can see, there is no visual app for makers and takers to interact with each other. So we have decided to kill these two birds with one stone, and Tomás will show you how.
Buenas, buenas, Argentina. Hello. I'm going to show you a quick demo of what we built in World App. So first of all, we have like a really simple app in where you have like two main flows. You have a flow for the trader, aka the taker. However, we're not going to focus on this demo. We're going to focus on the makers, okay? First of all, here you can see like some global stats of the liquidity, how many strategies do you have, etc. And some strategies that you can enter. For example, here there is like a stable pool. You can see like some stats. You can add some liquidity and remove some liquidity. However, the important part is this one. You can create a strategy in World Chain, and you can move your liquidity to another blockchain, like for example Base. So here we have two strategies, for example a stable swap and a concentrated liquidity. We can put here, for example, we can put a fee. Here we can choose, for example, USDC, USDT, and we can create our strategy, okay? So with our funds on World Chain, we're gonna lock a strategy in another chain, okay? So we are creating the strategy. Here we need to confirm the transaction. And here we're gonna have like a link to a layer 0 scan. He's gonna show you the rest.
Hey everyone, I'm Yudesh. So Thomas here just created a strategy where you can basically virtually create a allowance on the base chain from World Chain. So let's take a look into that in practice, right? This is actually my wallet address. We're gonna refresh the page and show that a transaction actually went through. So this is actually a bundled transaction that will actually look something like this, because that's the beauty about World Chain. They actually bundle up these transactions. And you can see here, this was a transaction that was sent a few hours ago. The key part that I want to be able to show here is the fact that the transaction was actually sent from World Chain to Base, and the key part here is here. So with 1inch Aqua, you can basically ship a strategy, and this was actually sent from World Chain and executed on Base. And a bit of context on the architecture diagram. The idea here is that you can basically LP from World to Base, and then a trader, what's unique about this architecture is that the trader will create an intent, it gets filled by an LP, it will then be bridged to the destination chain and swapped and sent back to the source chain. And I think that's what's pretty cool about it. I'll pass it back to Andre.
Yes, so we also have some cool maths. I don't have time to explain it, so feel free to ask questions on Twitter or after this in person.
Thank you.
Amazing. Congratulations. All right, we are ready for our 10th and last finalist demo for today. This is another hardware setup, and this is something extremely cool. So we're just gonna get a quick thumbs up if this is good to go. Mohit, Pascal? Uh-oh. All right. Who wants to take a guess for what the next hackathon is? Okay. All right, this happens. This is the best part. We're all engineers here. We're gonna get this right in a few seconds. Oh, I see. There you go. Let's try this now. Yeah, it's gonna work in a sec. Just take it out. Yeah. Okay, I think this should work with Bluetooth. No. I think it'll be, no, I think, is everybody okay if we spend 60 seconds trying to fix this? All right, thank you. We're going to make sure this demo is good. Pascal, do you have an iPhone that we can use? Oh, it's likely the quality of the cable, data cable. This is just power, I believe. Is it still the right cable? Whose cables were these? Who threw it, actually? What we're going to do from our AV team, we're just going to zoom in here, and we're going to hold very still so you can see what this demo is. Let's just do a quick test. Let's get that locked in. Let's put that on screen, and then we'll begin. Live demos are hard. All right, just all the way here. We got to see the screen. The camera screen. Zoom in as much as you can. Enhance. More, more, more. Can you all read this? No? Okay, zoom in more. No, we'll get it right. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. All right, the last demo of 2025. Lensman Web3 camera.
Hey everyone, this is Mohit from India, and I'm a solo hacker, and I have built the first ever Web3 camera called as Lensmint with the power of ZK and NFT minting. So let's talk about the problem that I'm trying to solve. So nowadays with the advancement of AI, it's very difficult for us to trust a lot of images and videos that are coming in social media and a lot of places. And we have like cameras as of now, but there is no camera currently available in the market which can verify like I have clicked a photo, I have clicked a video, and this has come from the camera directly. And it doesn't have like a fingerprint or something like that. And if something like this is in the market, it can benefit creators, journalists. They can just take the pictures, and we know like this is coming from this journalist, and this is the real video. It's not edited. Wildlife photographers can earn money from it. Traffic policemen, even events like ETHGlobal and other places can use these kind of cameras. And also, isn't it cool to like having a camera on which you can take pictures, and ultimately it basically uploads it onto the blockchain, and it mints an NFT, and that NFT you can share it with your friends. I will show you how you can do it. It's a proof of memory camera as well. It's like for enterprises as well as for consumers. So this is like a view of the Lensmint camera. It is built with a lot of components. One is the Raspberry Pi. There is like RPI display, 3.5 touch display I have added. It has a 5000 mAh battery. It can like work well for 5-6 hours. 12 MP of camera I have attached, and I will increase it in the next time. So a little bit about the architecture. So how this basically works. So this is like the Raspberry Pi. I already said we have attached the camera, UPS hat, display, and everything. Once you log in on this camera for the first time, it basically generates a key from the hardware data. So this looks something like this. So it generates it extracts hardware details, firmware details, and generates a key, and also using a salt. The key is generated using the salt, which is embedded into a secure partition in the firmware, so you cannot access, and if you still have hardware details, you cannot generate the key. And there are multiple services which are running right on the camera. So all the NFT minting, all the file upload storage, all ZK proof generation happens within the camera, and camera automatically handles it. And this is done using the camera's key. And there are smart contracts as well, through which it talks and verifies like everything is correct every time you click an image. So let's get into a demo. So this is like the camera, how it looks, and yeah. So this is the camera, how it looks. It has like all the features, as I said, touch displays there. You can basically touch, and for the first time, it will show you something like this. Fund the wallet. So it needs funds. You just have to top up with like some ETH and some USDC maybe for like storage on the Filecoin. This is like something like this. You just have to scan and fill it on your MetaMask wallet. Just a second, I think I just messed up. It will restart for a second, let's wait.
Give us an update.
We have to wait a little bit to restart it. I think it just got. Yeah, just a second. It just got hanged. So I will just talk till that time, like it boots up again. So behind the scenes, what happens is like, this is like the interface. It has like all the gallery interface, and you can basically take photos. And what happens behind the scenes that I was going to show you actually like directly. When you take a photo, it basically starts uploading to IPFS. Can I get my power adapter? Just a second.
He's not done yet. Hold up. Or we'll give it 60 more seconds. I think to recognize how hard it is to do a firmware-related hack and make it work with a custom network, which is how he's managing this. So we're going to give him some little bit grace period and hope that we get to the final demo that we've been anticipating. Mohit, let's give that a shot. Let us know what's going on. If it doesn't work, then we can maybe just walk through some other parts that you are able to demo.
Yeah.
Things are happening.
Yeah. So you can see like this is the boot up of the software, the firmware software as well. I'm showing you. So this is like how it actually boots up. It actually restarted, so the power got off. And this is like all the device information that gets extracted that I was saying. It loads up, it generates the key, it checks like if everything is correct or not, and that is like how you see the interface. You can see the device registration checks and status and everything is being done. So let's see, like, as I said, I will show the gallery later. Let's see the main stuff first. So I will just take a photo by clicking capturing, okay? So I think you can see like what is going on. And in the logs, you will see behind the scenes on like this Raspberry Pi, what is happening? It's taking the picture is getting stored on this device as well, and it is getting uploaded to the Filecoin automatically. You can see it is doing all the transactions, and then it will mint an NFT. And it will mint the NFT to the device owner, which was registered on the starting point. So you can see it minted the original NFT, and it created a claim ID. So on camera, you would see something like this. Scan to claim NFT. And you can share this URL, like you can just ask your friend who is beside you, who has taken this picture, please scan this. And what will happen, like when you scan this, I can scan it with my mobile, but I will just show you directly on my computer what kind of link opens. And so this is like the link that opens with the claim ID. And this is like what they see. And they can just put this is the image that I just took like this, live. And you just have to put your wallet address. So I can just put my wallet address, and it will basically goes to the layer, and ultimately it will go to this camera itself. So as I said, the NFT minting happens on this camera only. So this will come to here, like, and if you will see, like on the Raspberry Pi, it got the wallet address that you submitted on the website, and you can see the claim. It minted an addition NFT automatically to it. So as many as people can mint this NFT, and you can also check the ZK verification. Like you can click on ZK verification. It is powered by vLayer. So you can see like all the details of it. Everyone can verify this came from a device. This is the ZK proof, the transaction hash, the image has the device address, and the proof of status, the ZK proof. Everything can be like checked. Like this is the real image coming from this device with device IDs and all of those information.
Awesome. All right, that was an amazing demo, definitely worth the wait. Please give a massive round of applause.
Thank you.
Those were our 10 finalists, and one more time, we're gonna bring up all of the 10 teams. Please give a massive round of applause to Playbot, Jetlag, BMCP, Trading Arena, Playbot Exchange, Payload Exchange, Yoga, Lensman Camera, Halos, ZKX42, and Aqua. Now, the cool part about these 10 demos is that all of these teams get the ETHGlobal Buenos Aires Finalist Pack. And that means they get access to ETHGlobal Plus for a whole year. Each single member on this team gets $1,000 USDC from ETHGlobal, and they get a flight credit to the next hackathon that we're hosting, which applies to anything next year. And in On-Chain Proof of being a finalist, we do a lot of roundtables and private events with different founders in this space to help you get advice for how do you scale up from a hackathon project to more, and over $15,000 in credits to make your project be ready for a big consumer audience. Not only that, all the finalists are also going to get a finalist hoodie that the only claim is you have to be a finalist to own this hoodie. Even I don't have one. And every finalist will also get a Ledger Flex shipped to them wherever they are in the world. And of course, the $500 flight reimbursement applies to any of our 2026 hackathons, which you'll find out very soon. Now, I know all of you have been waiting for a lot of prizes and understanding who won them. That's the next part. Before we get to the prizes, I want to talk about being on chain. All of you have the Hacker Pack, but just after I finish the prize selection, you'll be able to mint the additional packs, which let you earn a lot more perks. So you get to be a builder or pioneer based on the number of events you've attended or the events you've submitted a project and won. And I also want to talk about ETHGlobal Plus, which is a way to access everything we're doing at ETHGlobal, which includes access to all of our events and things like community meetups, all the city packs we do. We do a lot of discounts for travel, whether it's hotel, Uber, or eSIM. And as of recently, we also have direct membership for Priority Pass, and you get to do all of this on chain. You get to enjoy lounge access on the spot by just having a QR code directly sent to your phone. All of that is on ethglobal.com/plus. Check out more, and all the finalists get this directly in their inbox. Now, I know all of you have been waiting for this, and I promise you it's coming after the prize. So, the moment all of you have been waiting for, $500,000 in prizes to be given out. How's the energy in the room? Yeah? Oh, there you go. Now it's back. Who here has attended an in-person hackathon this year with us? Oh, that's great. Not a lot of hands. That's awesome. So it's going to be fun for all of you who haven't, because the key was to not spend all your energy right now. And this is how it's going to work. I'm going to announce who the winners are for each of the prizes. And if you are one of those teams, upon hearing your name, your team name, not if you see yourself on the page, when I say your name, you shout. The louder you shout, the louder you are on my leaderboard of the loudest teams. Good so far? There we go. He understood the assignment. The loudest team will get $1,000 in USDC. I don't think you understand the game. The goal is to conserve your energy. But here are the rules. If you are loud and somebody, by winning a prize, and somebody is louder than you, and you win a prize after them, you don't get to maintain that status. You have to be consistently loud, especially if you end up being one of the teams that's going to win more than one prize. So we're going to see how this goes. And we're going to start off with 1 inch. All right, key rule, only when you hear your team name. You ready? There we go. Yeah, there you go. That was perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. 1 inch. Aqua Outcome Market is the first place winner, and you get $7,000. That's a lot of people on this team. Oh, man, you're not here. Cleverly Using Money is the second place $3,000 winner. Congratulations. And they are the loudest team in the room. Coco and Aqua Flash Loans are each going to win $2,000. Not as loud. One Wave, Aqua 0. Wait, was that One Wave or Aqua 0? Zeros and ones, I see. One Wave is the loudest team so far. And Proactive MM, all three of you win fourth place, $1,000 each. Congratulations. Mega Quant is the best use of 1 inch API, not as loud. Rage Quit Kit is the second place $1,000 winner. And Omni Forward 2 is the third team that gets $8,000. And you have the best use of 1 inch API bragging rights. On to Chainlink. Wolfie is the best workflow using Chainlink CRE. You take home $3,000. BMCP is the second team with $3,000 and the loudest team in the room. And AIMM is the third team and the loudest team in the room, taking home $3,000. Multi-Sub is the best winner for the Connect with World prize. You take home $2,000. BMCP takes in another $2,000 for this category. Still not as loud as the other side. And Saving Circles is the third team that'll also be receiving $2,000. Ah, very close, very close. On to Coinbase Developer Platform. There's a lot of you here, so be ready. Hubble Trading Arena is the first. What do we think? Is that loud? Hubble Trading Arena is the loudest team in the room, taking home $5,000. Payload.exchange comes in second for $5,000 as well. You are the loudest team. Okay is third. Okay. Okay is the loudest team in the room with $5,000. And Cryptune is the fourth team, taking home $5,000. But not as loud or together. What happened? On to EVVM. We know where the Mexico team is sitting. Jarvis is the best integration. You come first for $2,500. Sigilo is the second place winner for $1,500. EVVM Scanner is the third place $1,250 winner. Hack the World comes in fourth for $1,000. Hack the World is the loudest team in the room. And Edge Finder comes in fifth for $750. Agents of Catan is the first place winner for the best use of EVM. You take home $2,500. PayPunk is the second place $1,000 winner. Real Track takes home $750 for third place. VPOR, fourth place $500. And GameStake is the fifth place $250 recipient. And the most novel EVVM relayer integration goes to Flow VVM for $2,500. Is that the rest of your team? That's just cheating. What's going on? All right. Who screamed on that side? Were you Fluxo? No. Well, You win $500. And Sigilo comes in third for $250 for the relayer category. And for the feedback category, Hack the World takes $100. Koilen takes another 100. SOS Wallet takes another 100. PayPunk and Stream It are also the $100 recipients for improving the documentation. What was the name of the person sitting second? You are the loudest person in the room so far. Remind me your project name. You, yes. Which one? Saving Circles. Loudest team in the room. And 20 teams split the pool prize from EVVM, and they're going to be receiving $125 each. I'm not going to say all these names, but you get free money. On to Filecoin. Filify is the first place winner for $5,000. Data Context Market comes in second for $3,500, and the loudest team in the room. And Kimia Dao POX is the third place, $1,500 recipient. Dmail is the best app powered by Filecoin. Zorita.finance comes in second for $3,500, and DFilePlace is the third place, $1,500 winner. On to Layer 0. Omni 402 is the best omnichain implementation. You take home $13,000. Aqua Zero is the second place, $6,250 winner. And OmniX 402 is the third place, $750 recipient. Congratulations. That's a big prize. More Protocol Lab integrations. Syra is the best secure sovereign system category winner, and you'll be taking home $5,000. D-Train wins the AI autonomous category for $5,000. Still not as loud as this team over here. Proof of eligibility is the economies and governance track winner, and you are eligible to be the loudest team. Congratulations, $5,000. And Kimia Dao POX takes in another $5,000 for the open data category. Next up is PIT. PAT is the most innovative use of PIT. You take home $4,000. AIMM, second place for $2,500. Antidote for $2,000, third place. Proof of Alpha, $1,000. And Private Avicii Intense comes in fifth for $500. Buenos Tickets is the best use of PIT entropy. You take home $1,250. Slither Money comes in, actually, see cool shares. Slither Money, 0x Slither, and Tanly.app are all going to be $1,250 each. Teamwork, come on, come on. And for the pool prize, Goated Money, Bleat, Social Pot, Entropy Wheel, and Omni Lotto are going to be receiving $1,000 each. On to Uniswap. Orbital Hook is the first place stable asset Hook v4 integration winner. You take on $4,000. Antidote and 1TX come in second for $2,000 each. And Anti-Toxicity Hook and Sage Protocol are the third place winner, and you're going to be both receiving $1,000. PAT is the best v4 volatile asset Hook category winner. You'll be receiving $4,000. Orb Swap Prediction and Private Avicii Intense take home $2,000 each. And Redfish and Allah are the third place. Someone's excited. This is awesome. Like, come on. You guys not happy about this? On to Worlds. Halo is the first place winner for the best mini app on World, and you take home $6,500. Global Phone comes in second for $4,500. Impossible third for $2,000. And PNG.Fun, Lexi, Noma, and Tenda are all going to receive $1,000 each. Which one was that, Noma? Noma is the loudest team in the room. And these 30 teams are going to be receiving $100 each. You'll be splitting a $30,000 prize pool, so congratulations to all of these teams. Next up is Zero G. On-Chain Pal is the best on-chain AI DApp integration. You take home $3,000. D-Train comes in second for $2,500. And Sura, D-Train or Insura? All right, very close, but that team is still in the lead. OpenIO is the fourth place $1,500 winner, and WP Agent is the fifth place winner, and you'll take home $1,000. On to Anchorage. Trust me, bro, is the $5,000 winner, and I really hope you're in this room, because this is an awesome name for a perfectly, just perfect match for this price. SnapSaver is the best visual sign category winner, you take home $12.50. Claro Ave comes in second for $12.50, and Visualize Uniswap V4 is also going to be receiving $1,250. Congratulations. On to Avail. Gas Station is the best app with the Nexus SDK. You take home $2,000. FreeFi is the best DeFi payments app. You will be receiving $2,500. Surprisingly, the loudest team in the room. Wow. Was that just one person, or you have a team? All right, let's try this one more time. FreeFi, you get $2,500. Okay. That was actually the max. You are still the loudest team, actually. And Split Fair is the second place winner. You'll also be receiving. That was the loudest group now. Wow, this is awesome. Split Fair is the loudest team in the room, and you also take home $2,000 on top. Then we have Cello. Vamos da Fun. I don't know. Vamos da Fun receives $6,000 for first place and the loudest team in this room. Mini Hunt comes in second for $2,500, and Rhonda is the third place winner for $1,500 for the best mini app on Cello. On to Chili's. FanForge comes in first for $3,000, and Predit is the second place. $2,000 winner. Oh, so close, so close. Predix is the SportsFi yield category winner. You take home $3,000, and Bagra Markets comes in second for $2,000. Then we have Circle. 1TX is the best smart contracts on our category winner. You take home $2,500, and Coco is the second place winner for $1,500. Ah, very close, very close. ArcBeam. ArcBeam has the most energy in the room, but still not as loud as Vamos da Fun. But you get $2,000, so congratulations. And the best treasury automation integration goes to the Wolf of Web3. And they are the loudest team in the room with $2,000. And the best AI agent goes to Stark for $2,000 as well. On to Citria. Zillow Poly is the best DGen Bitcoin application. You take home $4,000, and Triple Orange comes in second for $2,000. For the all-in Bitcoin category, BMCP is the first place winner for $2,500, and Liquidation Circuit Breaker comes in second. That's not screaming, Jordan. You lose on a technicality, but you take home $1,500. Then we have CurveGrid. Wrap GGC is the best use of multi-bass. Oh, they're all equal prizes. Wrap GGC, Dono, Gas Station, Humanify, and EPCat. Which one was that, Humanify? EPCat. Humanify is the loudest team in the room. All of you get $1,000. Congratulations. Let's talk about ENS. Philify is the best creative use of ENS category winner. You take home $3,500. Eyewitness comes in second for $2,000. Split, D-Mail, and Nidus are the third place winner. You're going to be receiving $1,500 each. Then we have the Ethereum Foundation prizes. Open Paymaster. Open Paymaster is the loudest team in the room and the $3,000 winner. And Rail comes in second for the best use of EIL SDK. You take home $3,000 each. Flare is up next. Goated.money is the first place winner. You get $5,000. Omni Lotto comes in second for $2,000, and F Yield is the third place $1,000 winner for the best use of Flare. The best use of Flare as an external data source goes to Natstream and Slither Money, and you both get $1,000 each. Very close. On to Fluence. Halo is the best. Halo, 0x Slither, and HiveMind are the three teams winning $6,000 equally, so you'll take home $2,000. And then we have Hard Hat. Slither Money is the best use of Hard Hat. You'll be receiving $5,000, and ProverX is the equal prize splitter, and you get $5,000 too. On to Hedera. Hyper Agent is the best agent kit integration with Google A2A. You get $3,000, and Dark Matter Market comes in second for $1,500. Incendia Auction V2 is the first place winner for best EVM project on Hedera, and Fluxo comes in second for $1,500. And Price Feed plugin is the best plugin for Agent Kit, and you take home $8,000. Hyperlane. PNM is the best use of Hyperlane and one name as well, so both of you get $2,000 each. Sentient X and Proof of Alpha. I think the funniest part is I have no idea which projects you were out of this list, but that was awesome. Was that Proof of Alpha or Sentinel X? Is the loudest team in the room, and you take home $2,000. Congratulations for being the best infrastructure on Hyperlane, and PNM is the best interchain application, and you'll also be receiving $2,000. Then we have Ledger. Frostgun is the best hardware integration. You take home $3,000, and Ledger DMK Interop is the second place winner for $2,000. Snapsaver is the best use of clear signing, and Humanify is back on the leaderboard with $1,500. Wow, that is strong competition. That was just one person, if I'm not mistaken. Come on, Mexico, you gotta get ready for the next one. The most creative project goes to Quantum Safe, and you'll be receiving $1,000. On to Nethermind. Idiot Protocol comes in first. I guess they were really smart about this one. And you will be receiving $2,500, and Bond D is the second place winner for $1,500. Congratulations. And the best security agent category winner is Swarm Security, and you'll be receiving $3,000. The best chaos chain for AI goes to Epoch, and you'll be receiving $2,500. And Agent Cred is the best audit agent winner, and you take home $500. Then we have Oasis. Void Wallet is the first place best Oasis project winner. Very close, very close. Asura comes in second for $3,000. PAT is the third place $1,500 winner. Agent Cred, fourth place for $1,000. And Linda, that was not Linda, wins $500 for fifth place. Humanify is still the loudest person in the room. It's not even a team. Come on. Octave. Habeas Data is the first place winner for $3,000. Yoga comes in second for $1,500. And Unimagnifier. I give up. You win $500. Next. DeFi Buddy is the best app using the Octave API. You win $2,500. And Wolfie is the second team, also winning $2,500. Congratulations. On to Polygon. OmniX 402. That was more than 5 people. Raise your hand if you're from OmniX 402. Are you sure those are your friends on the other side? I don't know. I'm going to call that a disqualification. You, sir, get a yellow card. Payload Exchange is the second place $2,500 winner. Pay Anywhere comes in third for $2,500. PX402, fourth place for $1,250. And Polygon, Autoplay, QOLs. Oh, that's not going to work. But you get $750. Then we have Rootstock, Liquidation, Circuit Breaker, and Collateralized Hedge Pay win $1,000 each. Still not a scream, but you win additional prize. And Antera at World at Rootbot. That was the loudest scream I've heard so far. You win $1,000, and so does Perp Markets. Congratulations for winning the freestyle track for Rootstock. And for the Riff Economy, Rootstock Mini App is the winner, and you'll take home $1,000. Next up is Saga. Hatson is the first place winner for 4,000. Fragment comes in second for 3,000. That was like 3 chances. That doesn't count. You got to pick one. But Fragments is the loudest team in the room. They did try, and it worked. You take home 3,000. 0x Slither comes in third for 2,000, and they're on top of the leaderboard now. And Checkpoint and Neo Saga are the 4th place winners, and you each get $500. 0x Slither is the loudest team in the room. Let's talk about Self. Scale.fun is the best integration. You get $5,000. Linda wins another $2,500. And Rhonda comes in third for $1,500. Was this coordinated? Why are there people project names? All right. Hairdrop is the best SDK integration. Ah, very close, very close. I'll give you one more chance. You ready? Hairdrop, you win $1,000. And you are the loudest team in the room. Next up is Symbiotic. Emerald DA is the first place winner for $2,500. Comply is the second place $2,500 winner. Paymesh comes in third for $2,200. Tanda for fourth place $1,400. And Real Track, fifth place for $1,400. Congratulations to all these teams. Then we have the graph. Amplify is the best use of AMP data sets for $3,000. Range Seeker comes in second along with Bleeth for $2,000 each. And Allah is the third place winner for $1,000. Agentica is the best use of graph for AI use case winner. You take home $2,000. On to VLayer. Lensmint Web3 camera is the best ZK providing DApp. You take home $4,000. Pillar.exchange is the best server-side app for $2,000, first place. And Redfish wins runner-up for $8,000. And CredFi is the best vouch integration. You take home $2,000. And Sigilo is the best custom vouch data source winner for $1,000. Then we have Yellow. Perp Markets is the best use of Yellow. And Perp Markets is the loudest team in the room. You take home $5,000. Liquium is the second place $2,000 winner. Clearly the winner. And I feel sorry for the person in front of you. But you take home $3,000, and Privet Esta is the loudest team in the room for $2,000. Then we have Zircuit. Liquidation Circuit Breaker is the first place winner for $37.50. Hatson comes in second for $22.50. SOS Not Sus is the best account abstraction winner for $22.50. And Multi-Sub is the second place winner for $1,250. And the best Zircuit integration goes to Wolfie for $500. And then we have Aztec. Private Deals is the best cross-chain privacy app. You take home $2,000. Aztec Semaphore is the best identity infrastructure hack for $2,000. Protect is the best, most creative use of Aztec. You get $1,000. Then we have Babylon, and Solana is the first place winner for $2,500. On to Circles. Ryla Circles is the first place winner for $3,500, and Inner Circle comes in second for $1,500 for the best P2P loan market. Then we have Espresso, and Arcane Tachyon is the first place winner for $2,500, and Sentinel X. You can kind of see the energy. No, close. But you get $1,500 and 2 other prizes from what I remember. Then we have Privy. X402 Utils is the best app on Privy. You take home $1,700. ArcBeam is the best native gas abstraction tool. You get $1,700 as well. And Godet.money is the best signing app, and you will receive $1,600. On to Ronin. On-Chain Pal is the first place winner for the best consumer app. You get $2,500. The Blob comes in second for $1,500, and Juego Quest comes in third and is the loudest person in the room. Congratulations. On to SQD. Data Context Market is clearly destroying everybody here. And you take home $3,500 for the best overall project. And Timba LLM Eval is the most creative use of pipes and you'll be receiving $1,000. And Galactic Alpha is the most degen use case of pipes. You take home $500. Congratulations. XMTP. Impossible is the best mini app in a group chat winner. You get $2,500. DeFi Buddy is the best agent SDK winner for $2,500 as well. And those are all of our prizes, $2,500. Wow. Everything here is visible and available on ethglobal.com/showcase. So if you want multiple prizes, we will do the math for you. You just have to go log into your dashboard, and you'll see everything quite easily. Now, one quick note before we talk about all the things that I know all of you are waiting for, which is next year. Everything we just announced is tentative and not final, which means the next 3 weeks are going to be spent looking at everybody's source code, so keep your repos public. And we're going to make sure that nobody cheated and everybody followed the rules. The week before the 19th is when you're going to get a confirmation email from us confirming all the prizes, the total amounts, and the addresses. And on the 19th is when we'll send out the prizes and the stakes to everybody. So those are the timelines. And this applies for the prize and the stake returns. Now, I promise, I do want to get to the 2026 announcements, but we're going to save all of our energy before we get there to actually thank everybody who made this entire year and this weekend possible. I want to start off with all of you hackers. Thank you for being here with us. I know it's super late on a Sunday evening. Thank you to all of our judges. Thank you to all of our mentors and volunteers who do so much work behind the room. All the speakers who gave workshops. All of our partners who were here this entire week and making sure you have a great time. Everybody at the venue, from the catering team to the staff to the Wi-Fi, video, photography, everybody who made this possible. And a massive shout out to the ETHGlobal team. So thank you, Catherine, Alex, Karen, Aubrey, Val, Pascal, Richa, Sophia, Calvin, Maggie, Nuno, Anna, Emily, Jacob, Andrew, and Liam. So that's all I got. And now I can actually focus on what's next. This was a massive year for us. Ethereum turned 10. ETHGlobal turned 8. We feel old, but it's still extremely energetic, and that's the best part. We ran 4 racing hackathons, Trifecta, ETH Online, Agentic Ethereum, and Unite DeFi. 6 in-person hackathons, starting with Taipei, Prague, Cannes, New York, and New Delhi, and here we are in BA. 7 Pragmas across all these places. And the part that we started this year is community events, and we ran events with 125 different communities this entire year, all across the world. And it was absolutely incredible for us to kind of get everybody else involved. We know we can't be everywhere in the world, but we want to make sure that we get to help all of you be part of our mission. As of right now, 240 events have happened at ETHGlobal, including Buenos Aires. 160,000 plus people have attended this from 153 countries. After today's project count, we're very much near 17,000 projects. We've given out 16 million in prizes, and $500 million have been raised from the companies that have come out of this thing. This is just what we've done over the last 8 years, and you can see there's a lot of empty spots, so our goal is to fulfill our mission and get this to all parts of the world. And I want to thank you for making this possible. This has been an incredible year, and we would not be here without you, so a sincere thank you from me and the rest of the ETHGlobal team. And finally, in the 3 minutes I have for the energy left in me and your patience, I'm excited to talk about next year. We ready? We're going to do what we do best, which is hackathons, pragmas, community events, and something new. Where are we going next has been the question I've been getting this entire week, and we're 5 slides away from getting there. So, announcing the ETHGlobal 2026 calendar year, starting with in-person events. You want to count to 3 with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities is what we're going to do. And we've been dropping clues this entire week, and especially the last 2 days, on how these things are going to play. So let's kick off with our very first in-person event of next year. We're going to be starting our year in Cannes. We join ECC for our first event, and the race continues. I'm sure it would not be a surprise to any one of you what the next one is about to be. This was all on Twitter this entire time, and that, of course, is ETHGlobal Mumbai in Q4 with DevCon. And this is the most obvious one. Everybody should have just guessed. Some people actually got it right on Friday. So you should not be surprised when you hear the fact that we're going to be back in New York. June 12th is where we're back in the US. And for everybody who was not really feeling the change for going back to France in in March instead of July, we're going to be going to Lisbon for all of you locals. That's the 4th out of the 5. And the last one is my personal favorite, the one I'm looking forward to the most. Any last guesses? That's a lot of... Surprisingly, we have consensus. We are going to be going back to Japan in September. That is the official calendar for the 5 in-person hackathons, starting with April in Cannes, New York in June, July with Lisbon, September, Tokyo, and ending the year at DevCon. And of course, the Pragmas will continue. We're going to do one with ECC in Lisbon, in Tokyo, and in Mumbai. You get to have all 4 of the Pragmas. And the same thing continues for our async hackathons too. Our first official event is going to be Hack Money, where we get to talk about all things stablecoins and payments. This is going to be entirely online the last week of January. So this is the first thing that we get to see, and then we'll see you in person in Cannes. And we have 3 more async events from April, September, and December. So you get to be part of us even if you are not traveling to different places. And last but not least, something new. I am finally glad to announce officially ETHConf. And you know what's coming? This is a conference. This is going to be our biggest event for next year. It's intentional that we're doing only one thing for the first 6 months of next year. We're going to put all of our energy and time in making this the best event for next year to be. And to show off all the things that are here, we're going to do something special that is going to be only valid for the next 1 hour. This is the place that we care about the most. You are our community. And not only are we going to make sure that it's a great event for all the developers, we have such a big focus on actually getting financial institutions, banks, fintech companies, and everybody else excited to be in the space who are not developers to also get involved finally as part of the ETHGlobal community. These are some of the speakers we already have confirmed. We're about to launch a massive addition to this list. They're all going to be in New York with us in June. And this is a discount code that is going to give people 90% off tickets for the next hour, which is $1,000 off. I'm going to keep this easy for you. You can scan this, get the tickets. They are transferable. And at 7:30, we're going to disable this code. We hope to see all of you at ETHConf. And there you have it. This is what next year looks like for us, starting the year off at Hack Money, 4 Pragmas, 5 events all across the world, and we get to make the best of this ecosystem at ETHConf in New York. All this thing is live. You can start applying to all these events right now. We'll see all of you next year. We can't wait to see all of you again. This officially concludes ETHGlobal Buenos Aires. Let's enjoy outside. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you in 2026.